The Sultan of Brunei is one of the richest leaders globally, with an enormous net worth of about $30 billion. He earns around $103 every second, thanks to his wise management of Brunei's oil wealth. His lavish lifestyle is a result of turning this oil wealth into tangible luxury. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the Sultan's life, including his love for fancy cars, private jets, and extravagant palaces. Stay with us as we dive into the extravagant world of the Sultan of Brunei, giving you a peek into the life of one of the world's richest leaders. Palace. First of all, let's talk about where the Sultan calls home, the palace. And when we say palace, we mean it in the grandest way possible. The Sultan's palace, called Istana Nurul Iman, is like something out of a fairy tale. It's the biggest home of any head of state in the whole world. Yeah, you read that right. It's massive. So, what's inside this enormous palace? Well, let's start with the basics. The whole thing covers a whopping 2.1 million square feet. That's like having 35 football fields all put together. And get this, it's got 1788 rooms. Can you even imagine? But it's not just about the size. The Sultan's palace is all about luxury. We're talking Italian marble, Chinese silk, gold, you name it, they've got it. The place is dripping with opulence. And the little details? They're what really make this palace stand out. Take the staircase, for example. There are 44 of them, all made from marble. And don't even get us started on the bedrooms. They're like something out of a 5-star hotel, with gold decorations and lalique crystal everywhere you look. But that's not all. The palace has got everything you could ever dream of. There are 5 swimming pools, an air-conditioned stable for the Sultan's polo horses, and even a helipad. Oh, and did we mention the 110-car garage? Yeah, this place has got it all. So, when it comes to palaces, the Sultan's is in a league of its own. Car collection. The Sultan of Brunei has a thing for cars, and he's got a lot of them. We're talking about thousands of cars worth billions of dollars. Imagine having so much money that you can buy pretty much any car you want. That's the Sultan's life. His car collection is mind-blowing. He owns around 7,000 cars, and they're not just any cars. They're the fanciest, most luxurious ones you can think of. We're talking about 600 Rolls-Royces, 450 Ferraris, and 380 Bentleys. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of them. But it's not just about having a lot of cars. The Sultan's collection includes some real gems. Ever heard of the Ferrari mythos? It's a car that never even made it into production. But the Sultan owns not just one, but 2 of them. And then there's the Bentley Java, one of only 18 ever made. Of course, the Sultan had to have one. And let's not forget about the rare finds in his collection. There's a classic grey Lamborghini Arauco, which might not be the most expensive car in his collection, but hey, it's an antique. And then there's the Ferrari 456 GT Venice, one of only 10 ever produced, worth $500,000. Oh, and his Rolls-Royce Phantom too? That one's worth a whopping $14 million. They say it's one of the most expensive cars ever sold at auction. The Sultan's love for cars is no secret. Back in the 90s, his family bought almost half of all the Rolls-Royces sold in that decade. And get this, he even has a gold-plated, custom-made Rolls-Royce. Can you imagine riding in a golden Rolls-Royce? It's like something out of a fairy tale. Private jets. But wait, the Sultan's love for luxury doesn't stop with cars. He's also got a thing for private jets. Now, he might not have as many jets as he does cars, but the ones he does have are pretty impressive. So, let's talk about his private jet collection. He's got 3 of them. First up, there's the Boeing 200, then there's the Airbus A340-200, and finally, the crown jewel of his fleet, a gold-plated Boeing 747-400. Yeah, you heard that right, gold-plated. That's how the Sultan rolls. And get this, he even gifted his daughter her own Airbus A340 for her birthday. Talk about a generous dad, right? But here's the thing about the Sultan's private jets. They're not just your run-of-the-mill planes. Oh no, he's taken them to a whole new level of luxury. Take his Boeing 747-400, for example. He spent at least $100 million just to buy the plane, and then another $120 million decking out the interior. We're talking about luxurious finishes everywhere you look. And let's not forget about the master bedroom on this massive plane. It's something out of a palace, with opulent gold decorations and lalique crystal. And yes, there's even a golden sink in the bathroom. Because why not, right? So yeah, when it comes to private jets, the Sultan doesn't mess around. He's got the fanciest, most luxurious planes money can buy. Just another day in the life of the Sultan of Brunei. Extravagances. Now, let's talk about the Sultan's taste for the extravagant. This guy knows how to spend money like nobody's business. First off, let's talk about his private zoo. Yeah, you heard that right. He's got his own zoo. And it's not just any zoo, it's a $10 million playground filled with all sorts of exotic animals. We're talking Bengal tigers, falcons, flamingos, you name it, he's got it. But that's not all. The Sultan also knows how to entertain. Remember that time he got Jack Nicklaus, one of the world's most successful golfers, to design a golf course for him? Yeah, that actually happened. And it's not just any golf course, it's at one of his hotels, the Empire Hotel. It's a 5-star resort with private beaches, lagoons, pools, restaurants, you name it, they've got it. And let's not forget about the championship golf course. A night at this place will set you back at least $250. Talk about luxury. And then there's the Sultan's love for splurging. We're talking about spending crazy amounts of money on things most people can only dream of. Like that time he dropped $70 million on a painting. Yeah, you heard that right. $70 million. And it's not just any painting. It's by Pierre-Auguste Renoir, one of the most famous artists of all time. But that's not even the craziest part. Get this. The Sultan spends $20,000 on a single haircut. Yeah, you read that right. $20,000. And it's not just any haircut. He flies out his favorite barber from London first class every 3 to 4 weeks. And get this, the barber gets paid with a thick envelope filled with thousands of dollars. Talk about living the high life, huh? So yeah, when it comes to extravagance, the Sultan of Brunei knows how to do it right. Brunei knows how personal life. Now let's take a peek into the Sultan's personal life. Turns out he's been married a few times. First off, he got married back in 1967 to his first cousin, Saleha. Yeah, you read that right, his cousin. And then there was Aisha, a former flight attendant for the Royal Brunei Airlines. But things didn't work out, and they got divorced. Finally, he married Azrinaz, a TV news anchor. But they ended up getting divorced too. Despite all the marriages and divorces, the Sultan has quite the big family. He's got 5 sons and 7 daughters, all from his 3 marriages. That's a lot of kids to take care of. And get this, his eldest son, Crown Prince Al-Muhtadi Billah, is on track to become even richer than his dad. Yeah, you read that right. Richer than his dad. He's got his hands in all sorts of things in the Brunei government, getting ready to become the 30th Sultan of Brunei. Talk about a big responsibility. So, there you have it. The incredible life of the Sultan of Brunei, laid out for you in all its extravagant glory. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.